Hey guys, it's Riya and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be comparing two of the most hyped concealers. The first one is Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers of all times and I'm sure it's the favorite of most of you guys out there. And the second concealer is PAC Spotlight Concealer. This is a new launch by PAC. It was recently launched, I think, at the beginning of this year. So both of them are very high coverage concealers and I'm going to be comparing both of them in the aspects of price, quantity, coverage, application, etc. So to begin with, the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer retails for Rs 620 for 6 ml of product, whereas the PAC Spotlight Concealer retails for Rs 765 for 5.5 grams of product. So obviously price wise the Maybelline one is a little bit cheaper than the PAC one, but there's not a major difference. Now talking about the shade range of both of these concealers, the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer comes in about 8 different shades, whereas the PAC Spotlight Concealer comes in 14 different shades. Even though PAC is an Indian brand, it's still doing much better than most of the brands out there in terms of its shade range, which is quite impressive. So now I'm going to be comparing the application part on both of my under eye regions. I'm going to be applying the Maybelline one on this side and the PAC one on this side. So before I begin with applying the concealers, I want to moisturize and hydrate my under eye region, and for that I'm using Wow Under Eye Roller. This is one of the best under eye creams to be applying under your concealer because it is so lightweight and it just sits beautifully under your concealer, and it doesn't make your concealer crease, it doesn't make your under eye region look dry, and it makes your concealer last longer. The best part about this under eye gel is that it comes in the form of a roller. So it's really easy to apply, and then just apply it under your eyes with the help of the roller and really massage it in. It only takes a few seconds to get absorbed, and the massager also improves blood circulation. This is the only under eye gel that I use before applying my concealer. I don't use any other under eye creams or gels for the very fact that they are so thick and they just feel so heavy under my eyes, but this one just feels super duper light, and that's why I love using this. Now finally moving on to the concealer application, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer first on this side. I'm gonna blend that using a wet sponge. So that is how my under eye region looks like, and as you can see, it's given me full coverage. And let me zoom you in to show you if it has created any texture under my eyes. So as you can see, it hasn't really created any kind of texture. It just looks pretty much smooth. So I'm just going to set that in place using a loose powder. So that is how the under eye region looks like after applying the powder, and as you can see, it just looks very soft and very smoothened out and very blurred. So now I'm going to apply the PAC concealer. So the PAC concealer comes with a wand like this, and the Maybelline one comes with a sponge applicator. I'm using the clean side of the sponge to blend it out. So that is how the PAC concealer looks like once blended, and if I zoom you in, it just looks pretty smooth under my eyes. It hasn't really emphasized any kind of texture under my eyes. So now I'm just going to set it with a loose powder. After it is set in place, it looks very much smooth and very blurred out, just like the Maybelline one. The coverage of both of the concealers is almost the same. I feel like the PAC one has provided me with a slightly better coverage than the Maybelline one, but it's almost the same. Texture wise, none of the concealers have emphasized the texture of my skin. They both look very smooth on the skin. The applicator of both of the concealers is very different from each other. The Maybelline concealer has a sponge tip applicator, whereas the PAC concealer comes with a wand applicator. The consistency of both of these concealers is also very different. The Maybelline concealer has a very powder matte kind of a texture, whereas the PAC concealer has a very thick and creamy texture. The blendability of both of these concealers is almost the same. However, I feel like the Maybelline one is a little more easy to blend than the PAC one, since the PAC one is like super duper thick. So overall, to conclude, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of both of these concealers. Price wise, Maybelline is a little bit cheaper than the PAC one, so Maybelline gets a point. Consistency wise, I like the consistency of the Maybelline one because you can actually wear it in the Indian hot weather, whereas the PAC one is a little bit thicker for the Indian weather. You can actually wear it if you're going to be indoors, like in an air conditioned place all day, but you cannot really wear it out in the sun because it might just melt. So that point goes to the Maybelline one. Coverage wise, I feel like the PAC one has a slightly better coverage than the Maybelline one, and then again it has so many shades, like so many more shades than the Maybelline one, so that point also goes to PAC. The quantity of both of the concealers is almost the same, so I'm not going to comment on that. So lastly, talking about the availability of both of these concealers, I feel like the Maybelline one is more easily available than the PAC one. The Maybelline one you can find online on Amazon, Nykaa, Flipkart, Myntra, Jabong, and so many different e-com websites. Offline you can find it at all malls. They have Maybelline counters everywhere and at so many different stores. It's just a lot easily available. And the PAC one, on the other hand, you'll only find it on Amazon and Nykaa, and I think they have recently launched on Myntra as well. But then again, they don't have all of their products on all of these websites. They also have a separate website called PAC Cosmetics, but it's been down for a while now. You can also find it in stores, but then again they have very limited stores across India. They only have a few stores in a few cities. We have one in Mumbai here, but then again it's just one store of PAC Cosmetics, so you have to travel all the way there to buy PAC products. But for Maybelline products, I can go anywhere and I'll find Maybelline products. So that point again goes to Maybelline. So these are the pros and cons of both of these concealers. Overall, I love both of them and I just cannot decide which one I want to go for. Of course, I'm going to go for the Maybelline one when I'm going to be out and about in the sun or when it's going to be too hot. I'm going to go for the PAC one when I'm going to be indoors and when I want a little more coverage. So yeah, I basically like both of these concealers. And yeah, I forgot to tell you my shade. I am in the shade medium in the Maybelline one and in the shade 04 Skin Peach in the PAC one. These are both highlighting concealers for me. They are on my shade, as you can see. So yes, that was my comparison on Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer and PAC Spotlight Concealer. I just cannot decide which one I like more because I love both of them. Let me know in the comment section below if you've tried any of these concealers and what you feel about them, and if you own both of them, then which one you find better. And also let me know if you want to see more comparison videos of different products in terms of features, pricing, performance, etc. I would love to make more comparison videos for you all in the future. So yes, that was my video for today. If you enjoyed watching it and if you found it helpful, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with all of your makeup loving friends, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, in case if you want my recommendation on which concealer to go for, then I would suggest the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer if you find your shade in this one, and if you don't, then the PAC one is also amazing. So yeah, with that, it's a wrap for today. This is Riya signing off. Goodbye.